Hi folks, so this is how to find the equation of a circle when you're given 3 points. So you're given the points 2, 1, 0, 5 and minus 1, 2 for this circle. So if we sub in any of those points into the equation of the circle, it should work out and it should be 0. So I'm going to use this equation here, so the one with the g, f and c in it. There is another way of doing it with the other formula, with the x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared with that formula. But I'm going to use this one because I just think it's simpler. It's just I could prefer this way more for this type of question. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sub in each of the points. So I'm going to put in the point 2, 1 first of all. Then I'm going to put in 0, 5 and minus 1, 2. So our 2 is the x and our 1 is the y. And all we're going to get is simultaneous equations pretty quickly. So we're going to get 2 squared plus 1 squared plus 2g times 2 plus 2f times 1 c 0, and then that's 4 plus 1 plus, we're going to get 4g plus 2f plus c is equal to 0, and then 4g plus 2f plus c is equal to minus 5, because we're bringing over the 5 to the other side, 4 minus 5. Then I'm going to sub in 0, 5, 0 squared plus 5 squared plus, we're going to end up with 0 here, so it's 2g times 0 plus 2f times 5 plus c is equal to 0. So 25 plus 10f plus c is equal to 0. So 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. And then I'm going to sub in minus 1, 2, so I'll do it over here. So minus 1 squared is 1, we're going to get 4 there, minus 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to 0. So we get minus 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to minus 5. So now we've got 3 equations with g, f and c in them. So there's a few ways of going about it now. So you'll see the bottom one there, you've got 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. So it's nice there to have the g gone. So I'm going to take the other two and I'm going to eliminate the c's from them. So 4g plus 2f plus c is equal to minus 5, and minus 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to minus 5 as well. Now I could just subtract them there and get rid of the c's, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get rid of the f's, because you'll see there that this equation doesn't have an f in it at all. So if we just get something with g's and c's, or sorry, I'm going to get rid of the g's actually because it only has f's and c's. So if I just get something with f's and c's down here, then I can easily figure out what f and c are from it. So I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by 2, and that's going to remove the g's in that one. So we get 4g plus so I'm going to cancel out the g's, so we're going to get 10f plus 3c is equal to minus 15. So I can use this one that I've just got then with the other one with the 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. I'll be able to get either f or c then. So 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. So really we're just doing simultaneous equations with 3 variables here, whatever way you're able to solve them best. So they are long, but so that should be a 3 there. So I'm going to multiply the top one by minus 3 here. And the bottom one is the same. So we end up figuring out what f is. So f is minus 3. So when you have one of them, then the rest of it becomes a bit easier. So I'm going to sub this into the equation over here and figure out what c is, because I have an equation with just f and c in it there. So 10 times minus 3 plus 3c is equal to minus 15. And then, so minus 30 plus 3c is equal to minus 15. Bring across the minus 30 added, so we get 15. So 3c is equal to 15 and c is equal to 5. So we get c is equal to 5 there. Then we've got what f and c are, so we just need to get use one of the top equations up here. So I'll use this one, the 2g minus 2g plus 4f plus c. Is equal to minus 5. So I'm subbing both of those in now. So minus 2g plus 4 times minus 3 plus 5 is equal to minus 5. So we get minus 2g is equal to minus 22. So g is equal to 11. Yeah, so we get g is equal to 11. So then we can just sub it back into the very original formula then. So it'll be x squared plus y squared plus 2gf, plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So we get x squared plus y squared plus, now it's 2 times g times 11, times x, so therefore it'll be 2 times 11 times x, so that's 22x. And it's 2 times f times y, and we know f is minus 3, so it'll be minus 6. Y plus c is equal to 0. And that's it then, that's the equation of the circle. So here's another question then. So if you want to pause the video and have a go at it for a few minutes by yourself, you can, and then play it on and I'll go through the answer. So you're just going to sub it into this formula, sub each of the coordinates. So this one actually works out nicer because of the 0, 0. So the 0, 0 makes it a little bit easier. So 0 squared plus 0 squared plus 2 times 0, or 2 times g times 0 plus 2f times 0 plus c is equal to 0. So all the first 4 terms there end up being 0, so we end up just getting that c is equal to 0, which is useful then when we're solving the rest of it. So I'm going to sub into 0.31 now. So we end up getting 6g plus 2f plus c is equal to minus 10. And then if we sub in the 0.39, so we get 6g plus 18f plus c is equal to, it'll be minus 90 when we bring over the other two. So we've got two equations as well. So really, because we know that c is 0 from the first equation, really we can kind of get rid of the c's in both of the bottom equations. So that's probably the easiest way to go about it here. So I'm just going to use the other two then and figure out what g and f are. So 6g plus 2f is equal to minus 10. And 6g plus 18f is equal to minus 90. So you can multiply the bottom one by minus 1 first, or the top one if you want, or just subtract one from the other. So we get minus 16f is equal to 80. And then so f has to be equal to minus 5. So f is equal to minus 5. We can sub that back into one of the equations I've just used. So 6g plus 2 times minus 5 is equal to minus 10. So it will give us minus 10. So 6g minus 10 is equal to minus 10. So when you bring the minus 10 across, it cancels out. So we just get g is equal to 0 here. So g is 0. So I know what g, f and c all are now. So this one's much shorter. So I can just sub it back into the original equation of a circle. So this, I'm subbing it back into this now. So it'll be x squared plus y squared plus, well, it'll be 0. So then for the f part then it'll be, so plus 2fy, so that's minus 10y. And then plus 0, so c is 0 as well, so that's just going to be equal to 0. So that's the answer there. So we got that g sorry, we got that g was 0 and c was 0, so therefore there's no value for the 2gx part or for the c part. So that's it then.